how's it going, Jack?
Okay, Vince, how you doing?
Pretty good, buddy. Hey, I was thinking about something. I think maybe you could help me out. You know, we sell all kinds of stuff here at the eBay store.
That's true.
And we never know what we're going to get. People bring us whatever they want to sell, and we get to see all kinds of new things. So what I was thinking about is, if we can use Terapeak, we can go back the last 7 days and show what the top 5 best sellers were.
Yes.
And then you could tell me what you know about that particular item and
okay.
what made this one sell for the, what made it be a top seller for the week. So I was thinking we could do it every week, and over time all our people are going to learn a little bit about hot sellers.
Sure, and we'll learn too.
Yeah. And there's a lot of surprises. There's some things you might expect, but there's a lot of surprises. So some we won't talk about too much if it's not a surprise, and if it is a surprise, we'll kind of dig into it a little bit.
That'd be neat.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'll pull up Terapeak, and we'll show what the items are, and we'll start talking about them.
Okay.
All right, thanks. Yes. All right, Jack, I just logged into Terapeak, and what I'm going to do here is click on sellers, because I only want to look at a specific seller, and it's going to make me log in here again. Click on sellers, and I'm going to go to report. Now what's nice about this is if you got competition on eBay selling a certain item, you could bring up your competition by looking at his report. You can see exactly what he's doing and where he's beating you and where he's not. But I'm going to do it on our own store just so we can see what our top 5 sellers are. And what it's doing is it's going back from March 5th to April 3rd. And actually I'm going to change that because I only want to see 7 days. So I'll change it to 7 days, and we'll see what the week's best sellers were. Okay, so you see it's going to show us exactly how many items we sold in the week and what the average selling price was. And
that's handy.
Looks like 160 items and $73.31.
Average?
Average price.
Wow, that's great.
That's a good average.
Sure it is.
But now we're going to see what our top 5 were. It's a little bit slow today, but it looks like it's churning.
Terapeak's really like having several tools.
Yeah, it's great visibility for stuff on eBay, both the sellers and the items and the titles. I mean, it's really a great thing to have.
Marking, there you go.
Yeah, it's usually a little bit faster than that, so they must be having a little server problem. But anyway, we got our results. Our number 1 seller was this Marantz receiver. It sold for $770. It had 13 bids. And we take a look at the auction here. Looks like it's an older unit, 9600. One of these big clunky ones.
Yep. I'll be darned. It's nice.
Now it seems like there's a lot of newer stuff out there that doesn't sell for as much money. Now that does have a lot of jacks on it. What's your take on receivers? What do you look for?
Well, you look for the older pieces, I think. I've noticed that they sell for a lot. You know, anywhere you look, anywhere you go. You don't see a lot of good ones, but when you do, I know that's a very big name.
Marantz.
Yeah, Marantz. And I think that's you got a pretty good price for that, I'd say too.
Yeah, $770. The guy said he wanted to get at least $450 for it. So
does he let you keep the difference?
No, he doesn't let us keep the difference, unfortunately. But you know, the more it sells for, the more we make. So that's a good thing.
Sure. And
like I said, 13 bidders drove it up. The minimum that he was willing to take for it was $500. So he knew it was worth $500, but we did get $770. So he's going to be a happy guy. So that was our number 1 for the week.
Did you hear me talk to that guy today that come in there to pick up that other unit like that today?
Yes.
Did you hear why he bought that?
Well, actually, funny you say that, because look what number 2 is. $511. This is the receiver he picked up today.
Yeah, he was an interesting guy. That's the guy from Ohio, right?
Right.
Did you hear what I asked him? When I quizzed him, I asked him a few quick questions because I was curious. I already knew the answer, at least I thought I did. Did you hear what I asked him?
No, I wasn't listening.
I said, that's nice. I said, you got that for a good price. I said, that's really a good price. And he said, yeah. He said, I did. I said, why did you buy it? He says, well, because it's I'm going to use it myself. I said, did you have one when you were younger? And he smiled and he said, yeah, I did.
So it's kind of bringing him back to his
Reminiscent.
youth.
Yeah, sure.
And if you see this one, it's a lot older unit. It looks like it's made of wood.
There was a 60-year-old man that was 20 again.
And you got old school switches and dials.
Yeah, nice.
And I'll tell you what, the guy, you saw him, he looked this thing over top to bottom. He even took it apart and looked at the inside, and you know, it had these chips here in the case, and you know, he was concerned with how that happened, but apparently it didn't affect the value of the item at all, because he still did pay for it in the end. All right, we'll go back to Terra Peak, and we'll scroll down here. Number 3 was a book. And this is something right after your heart, because I know you like paper products and books.
Yep, I do.
Everleigh Club Illustrated Chicago Brothel.
It's always big.
Is this going back to sex cells?
Yeah, look at that. Yep,
so this shows the green parlor bedroom in the extravagant bordello run by Chicago's famed Everleigh sisters.
I didn't know them.
Have you been there, Jack?
No, not lately. That's a long time ago, isn't it?
2133 Dearborn Street.
What did you say that address was?
2133. You've probably been in the silver parlor, right?
I've heard of that.
So what do you look for? I mean, this is a book. What made this book so valuable, and why let me
ask you one question. How many books have you seen on brothels?
Honestly, this is the first one.
Exactly.
So,
that's really nice. Not only that, that has detailed pictures.
It does.
I mean, I don't see any of the women, but I see the inside. It looks pretty. Looks like the Taj Mahal inside.
It is a class act.
It's really nice.
The guys that went there had some money.
And what's really amazing is they're advertising that openly in a book.
Yeah, times have changed. This looks like it's opened in 1902.
Holy cow.
So about 110 years, 112 years back.
See, I told you I wasn't there.
I wonder when it closed.
I don't know, but that's a fancy place.
Yeah.
Probably still operating under a different name.
You know, it'd be interesting to go and see that building, because I'm sure the building's still there.
It's a nice building.
Unless it got burned down in a Chicago fire.
Must be a lot of money in that business. Did you see all the fancy stuff inside?
I think without a doubt there's a lot of money in the business.
That's really interesting. That's something that I've seen pictures of brothels, famous ones. Like Lucky Luciano back in Vegas, I've seen pictures of that stuff. I have never seen a book like that. That's nice.
All right, we'll go back. Number 4 was a 14 karat gold turquoise ring.
Speaks for itself.
Kind of scratched up here.
That's true.
But it's still got a pretty decent price at $282.
That buffs it out. How many grams?
We actually weighed it in at, let's see, 11.8 grams.
Oh wow! Look how nice the inlay is too. That's beautiful.
So you think the guy that bought it for a ring, or he bought it for scrap gold?
I think he bought it for a ring.
He bought it for a ring?
Sure.
It's right around that price where it could have been gold, it could have been worn as a ring. I'm not sure.
He paid for the price for gold for that also. Yeah. You know, for the stone. That's a beautiful ring.
Well, what I found with gold is, if you got a gold ring that doesn't have any stones on it, I mean, this has a little turquoise inlay, but the majority of it's gold. It doesn't matter what price you started at it. There's so many people buying gold now on eBay that it'll drive itself right up to the market price of gold. And if it's something they like, it'll go higher.
I think gold's a good investment too. And on eBay, I've noticed the gold that you sell, you know, on eBay is a good price. You get a good price for it, but it's also right in the realm of investing also.
Yeah, I'm sure that some of the people that buy from us, that's all they do is buy gold on eBay.
Oh, I'm sure.
All right, so gold is a good thing always. Always, always, always. And lo and behold, our number 5 is another lot of gold. This time it's scrap gold. You know, this one did have some stones here, and it had a lot of various other pieces. 13.2 grams total, sold for $265.
It's a pretty good buy, and yet it's right there on that edge. Just like I said, it's still a good investment.
All right, so that wraps up our top 5 of the week. If you guys want to see more of what we sold this week, you can go ahead and sign up for Terapeak. We'll put a link below. The seller ID you want to look for is ABO Auto, and all you do is click on sellers, put ABO Auto, and you could look at all 160 items. But next week we'll be back to show you the top 5 of next week.
Some of the stuff that's on the top 5 they're never going to believe.
Yeah,
it's always amazed me, and I've seen some pretty weird stuff.
It amazes me. That's why I love this business. It's always something different. So if you haven't done it already, please visit our website at pickersinc.com and sign up for our newsletter, and we'll be sure to keep you up to date on all our new projects. Thanks for watching.